Hey, what's up guys? Will here for GSM Arena, and welcome to our head-to-head series. And today we're going to be looking at Samsung's new Galaxy S25 Edge versus the Galaxy S25 Ultra. The Edge is a Samsung flagship with a new, slimmer design, while the Ultra is a bit heftier, but it's at the top of Samsung's tier list. So let's compare our review findings head-to-head and see which of these two Samsung flagship phones is best for you. The S25 Edge is the newest addition to the Galaxy S series, and its claim to fame is that it provides a large screen in an extra slim form factor. The S25 Ultra, on the other hand, packs the S series' most advanced camera setup, plus it has stylus support. As always, you can find links to our extensive full reviews down below. Holding these two phones next to each other, you can appreciate just how much more compact the S25 Edge is compared to the Ultra. It's much thinner and over 50 grams lighter. Still, both phones have a titanium frame and a flat back protected by Gorilla Glass fixes too. On the front, you'll notice the different screen size, and the Ultra uses stronger Gorilla Armor 2 glass. The S25 Edge uses something called Gorilla Glass Ceramic 2. Both phones bring the same IP68 rating rust protection against dust and submersion in water. Let's get more into these displays. The S25 Edge has a 6.7-inch OLED with a QHD resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. The S25 Ultra screen has the same resolution and refresh rate, but it's larger at 6.9 inches. This means you get a bit more screen real estate on the Ultra, but size difference aside, the experience is comparable. You get good sharpness and the same HDR capabilities on either panel. And as both phones use LTPO tech, their display's 120Hz refresh rate can dial down extra low when idling to save energy, to a minimum of 1 Hz. The max brightness is also the same on either phone. We measured up to around 1400 nits, which is good for use outdoors. But the Ultra is even better in that regard, thanks to an anti-reflective coating on its display glass. And of course, the Ultra's stylus functionality is something quite unique, and the S Pen comes with the phone. For audio, the two phones have stereo speaker setups, but the Ultra's is louder, with a loudness rating of very good. Also, the sound quality is fuller on the larger model, with more bass. Let's have a listen to compare.
I should just let them all go when life seems impossible. Look from every angle, change just one little bit.
You can wake up and unlock either phone with an ultrasonic under-display fingerprint reader. And both phones can come with 256 or 512 gigs of storage, but the Ultra also has a 1TB option. The software interface of the S25 series is Samsung's latest One UI 7 on top of Android 15. It brings plenty of customizations and a large suite of AI-based features. Galaxy AI includes innovations like cross-app action, which allows the Google Gemini assistant to carry out requests involving multiple apps. You can find out more about the specifics of One UI 7 in our dedicated video. And for software support, both phones will get 7 years of updates from Samsung. Both the Galaxy S25 Edge and S25 Ultra use the same chipset. It's an overclocked version of this year's top Qualcomm chip, and it's called the Snapdragon 8 Elite for Galaxy. In benchmarks, this chipset provides chart-topping performance, and both phones are on par as far as peak performance goes. However, the thermal management is worse on the thinner S25 Edge. While both phones demonstrate throttling during our prolonged stress tests, the Edge's CPU performance takes a more drastic hit. The S25 Edge has a smaller battery which can fit into a slim body. It's 3900 mAh versus the Ultra's 5000. As a result, the battery life is considerably better on the S25 Ultra. It earned higher test scores across the board. The Ultra also has an advantage when it comes to charging. It's rated at 45 watts versus the S25 Edge's 25 watts. In practice, the difference isn't huge though. While the S25 Ultra was able to charge to a higher level at the 30-minute mark, a full charge was only 5 minutes faster than the Edge. There's support for wireless charging on either phone too. Now we have the cameras, and the setup of the S25 Edge includes just two on the back, a 200 megapixel main camera and a 12 megapixel ultrawide with autofocus. The S25 Ultra has a more extensive setup with that same main camera, plus a higher res ultrawide and 2 telephoto zoom cameras. Daylight photos from the S25 Edge's main cam are the same as what you'd get from the S25 Ultra. It's the same camera and the same processing. And this includes 2x digital zoomed photos too. They're quite decent from either phone. At night, we again struggle to find any meaningful difference between the main cameras. The photos come out quite the same. One thing that did surprise us though was that when we compared the S25 Ultra's 3x telephoto camera to a 3x digital zoom from the S25 Edge, the Edge holds up quite well. We actually wouldn't call it any worse than the Ultra's output. And even at night, the Edge's 3x digital zoom does a solid job. When we go up to 5x zoom though, there is a difference. The S25 Ultra's dedicated 5x zoom camera is clearly better at this zoom level. And here's a look at the nighttime performance at 5x zoom, again in favor of the Ultra. Even though the S25 Ultra's ultrawide camera has a higher res sensor, we couldn't find any meaningful difference in quality between these two phones. Both ultrawides seem to perform on the same level, and have pretty much identical processing. And in low light, the differences between the ultrawide camera's output are few, if any. Selfies are taken with the same 12 megapixel front-facing camera on either phone. The quality is great. And here's a look at the 4K selfie video quality. The video recording capabilities of both phones are quite comparable. There's no meaningful difference between the main cameras. And from the ultrawide, again we struggle to find any differences. At 3x zoom though, the S25 Ultra delivers slightly cleaner videos. Not by much, but it's still something. The 5x videos are much better on the Ultra though. And here's a look at the main camera's recording at night. It's good from either phone. So there you have it, the trimmed down S25 Edge versus the full-fat S25 Ultra. Both phones have a premium build and ingress protection, and a large high-res display. They have the same high-end chipset and the same software features, and the main, ultra-wide, and selfie cameras provide identical performance. Even the price is a toss-up, with one or the other being more expensive depending on the market. The main advantage that the S25 Edge provides over the Ultra is a much thinner and lighter design. The S25 Ultra, on the other hand, has tougher glass on its display with anti-reflective coating. There's stylus support, and the speakers are louder with nicer sound. The thermal management is better. Battery life is longer, and charging speed is a bit faster. And you have better 5x zoom thanks to a dedicated telephoto cam. If you're really looking for that compact design, then the S25 Edge might be worth getting, but otherwise the S25 Ultra is a better, more well-rounded device. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.